Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We begin with utter devastation tonight along Florida's Gulf Coast. Homes ripped to shreds, roads wiped out, and fears over the loss of life as the recovery is just getting underway.
This could be the deadliest hurricane in Florida's history. The numbers are still unclear, but we're hearing early reports of what may be substantial loss of life.
My chimney came down. I was afraid it was going to come through the roof and crush me.
It is going to take months, if not years, for parts of Florida to recover from Hurricane Ian.
Let's take you through some of the damage. Take a look. This is Sanibel, which saw extensive damage, and here's where it gets worse. The causeway linking the island to the mainland has been wiped out, leaving people there cut off from help and supplies.
Now take a look at this time lapse of the storm surge pouring into Fort Myers Beach. The water started coming in and went from bad to worse to devastating in just a matter of a few hours.
Now take a look at the radar. Justin Ian has just been upgraded again to a hurricane, but it is expected to gain steam again and head north.
And as Ian regroups, people up and down the Gulf Coast are just starting to come to grips with what happened. That's especially true in Fort Myers, where we know a lot of people here in Metro Detroit have close ties. Kim Adams is live in Fort Myers tonight. Kim, there's just damage everywhere.
There is, and there's an active ongoing search and rescue mission right now. As of 2 o'clock this afternoon, over 500 people have been rescued in Lee and Charlotte counties. That includes the Fort Myers area. As much as 3 to 4 feet of water still in people's homes. Right now, people are also starting to line up already. Less than 24 hours after the storm, they are lined up for gas, and they are so desperate that they're willing to get gas under an awning that has already collapsed. It is nerve-wracking standing here watching car after car fill up under an awning that, to me, looks like it could collapse all the way at any moment. One of the biggest problems here in Lee County is flooding. My photographer Norm and I went around the area today. We went all the way north of Sarasota looking for homes of people that live in Metro Detroit that are concerned about their loved ones. First stop, Sarasota. Tropical storm force winds, downed trees, and street flooding became much worse the closer we got to the barrier islands. By daybreak, residents of Siesta Key started showing up at the causeway, only to be turned away by local police. Next, we headed back to hard-hit Venice to check on the home of a Local 4 viewer that reached out to us from Grosse Pointe. On the way, we suddenly spotted a family trying to escape their flooded home. The grandmother and mother had fallen in the muck and high water. A long night with high winds and rising waters had left them exhausted. One of the women, Marlene, told me nearly everything was underwater, from photos to furniture. On the road again, we got within 1 block of Grosse Pointer Jen Kendall's home and had to turn back because the water was just too high. A frustrating reality for so many people here in Florida just trying to get back home. Coming up tonight at 6, we got a message from a woman in Plymouth who was very concerned about her mom who lives in Rotunda. Now that is right where the eye of Hurricane Ian made landfall. She's right on Charlotte Harbor. So coming up tonight at 6, we went to check on her mom, and we'll show you what happens.
Yeah, we look forward to your report coming up at 6, as we know so many people have ties to the area. Kim, we know that you've been there since before the storm hit. You were there last night, not able to really get a good television signal out. Tell us what your experience was like going through that, leading up to today.
Last night was a long night for people in Venice. That's where we were. It's one of the hardest hit areas. The winds were constant all night long. No power in the hotel that we were taking shelter in. The second floor, they had evacuated a nursing home last minute, so the second floor was all nursing home residents that needed care and nurses, but they had no power. It was a tough night. We tried to leave in the middle of the night to head north to start surveying the damage, but it was just too dangerous, and we had to think of our safety first. Street flooding, that's the biggest concern. In fact, in hurricanes in the U.S., the biggest threat for loss of life is not wind. We focus so much on the wind. It's water. Meteorologists always say, hide from wind, run from water. 83% of the deaths that happen in landfalling hurricanes in the U.S. come from water, not from wind. And that's the problem here today in Fort Myers.
Absolutely. Just devastating pictures coming out of that part of Florida. And we will have more updates from you, Kim, throughout this newscast. We appreciate it so much. In more news, a Metro Detroiter with a home hard hit in Fort Myers watched Ian move through from a really interesting perspective.
I can't even imagine. All he could do actually was just sit and then watch the doorbell camera to his home in Fort Myers as that hurricane just ripped through. Sean Lay live tonight with his story and what he's doing to help others. Sean?
We're talking about Aaron Cummings. He's from here. His family moved back here from Fort Myers just a couple of months ago. He's selling his home in Fort Myers, as you say. Fascinating here. Able to watch this monster hurricane come in from his doorbell camera right there in Fort Myers. Able to survey the damage right outside his front yard. Also, open his doors to people who needed shelter right there in his home that he has for sale. Also, though, he just sent me a text. He's getting reports of fatalities right in that very neighborhood.
I'm going to head down there with my chainsaw, some tools, and just do a damage assessment because the house is for sale.
The reports coming to Aaron Cummings out of the Fort Myers, Florida area are that Hurricane Ian was terrifying and has left destruction that people living there for years have never experienced before. Cummings and his family moved back to Michigan just a few months ago. Their Fort Myers home is for sale right now, and he watched as Ian stormed in from his doorbell camera.
So this right here is my neighbor's yard.
That's now.
This is right now.
Cummings' mother sending him videos from her balcony in hard-hit Punta Gorda. The force of Ian jaw-dropping hour after hour. Storm surge, a major concern for her.
I was there for Irma, and it was awful. I mean, so the storm itself is really scary, but the aftermath is really bad because we were without power for 10 days. And you're in Florida, it's humid, you have no air conditioning. I've got 3 kids, school's closed, the phones die, the Xbox doesn't work.
And with family and friends closer to major floodwaters in Florida, Cummings encouraged them to seek shelter in the home he has up for sale.
Told them, go camp out. I can see I have a Nest thermostat, and I can see I still have power. Right. So go camp out there.
Back here live, just checked in with Aaron via text. He tells me this is really bad, the reports he's getting there. He's back here in Michigan right now with family, packing up his truck, heading there to help neighbors any way he can in the next few days. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Sean. It is important to keep in mind that the storm is far from over.
That's right. Let's get over to Paul Gross now to see where things stand right now, Paul.
Yeah, and as feared, it has strengthened again. Now back to Hurricane Ian. The winds are 75 miles an hour, gusts to 90. Here it is off the Florida coast. This is going to take an initial northeastward track, and then it's going to bend back toward the coast, probably hitting the central South Carolina coast as a Category 1 hurricane, and then moving inland. But once it moves inland, I know the wind diminishes, but at that point, we transition to a big water threat because you can see now this is 9 inches or so of water near the coast here of South Carolina. But this area inland here, this is not trivial. You're still talking several inches of rain, and this is very mountainous terrain. This weekend, I'm sure we're going to be hearing about some incredible flash flooding in this part of the country. We'll be back to talk more about Ian and talk about, of course, our forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Paul. By the way, the NFL had been working on contingency plans for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game Sunday night against the Chiefs. The team says they will not need to relocate, and the game will go off as planned.
Also here at 5, major traffic backups in parts of Warren today.
And this is why at least a dozen train cars derailed, leaving railroad crossings blocked to traffic. Let's get to Jacqueline Francis. She is live in Warren right now. And Jacqueline, crews have actually made some progress getting those intersections cleared.
They have. It's been a long time coming. All day we have watched them pick up the pieces. They're still at it right now. At first, the priority was to open the major roadways blocked, and that they did. And now it's to clear the tracks themselves so other trains can pass through. Cleanup is underway at a derailment in southeast Warren. Drone 4 capturing the mess from above. The railway company confirming 16 cars jumped the tracks Thursday morning in the area of Stevens and Shaner. The good news, no one was hurt, including the 2 conductors on board. Some of the cars do contain chemicals, but the area was deemed safe.
Absolutely no danger to the community. It will create traffic backups.
By mid-afternoon, the major roads were reopened. As for what caused the derailment,
we don't know whether the track failed or whether a car failed, but we do know that there was no involvement of a truck or a passenger car striking the train. That wasn't the issue. There was some sort of mechanical failure associated with either the track or the train itself.
As cleanup continues through tomorrow, the Warren Police Department says there is a chance that there may be additional road closures that they need to get large machinery into or out of the area. So we'll be sure to keep you posted on when and if that happens. Reporting live in Warren, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Jacqueline.
The last cars rolled off the line at Detroit's Packard plant back in 1958. And for the next 64 years, plan after plan to revitalize the building would fall through. Well, now what's become an icon of Detroit's decline is coming down to the ground. Megan Woods is there live tonight. Megan, this demolition, we can finally say, is now underway.
That's right. Today was the very first day. Crews have wrapped up for the afternoon, but you can see behind me the sign marking this is an official demolition site. And on my other side, it's kind of hard to see, but they've already started knocking down a few floors. And today we've spoken to quite a few people, city officials, people who live in this neighborhood, the neighboring company right here, and they're all saying the same thing. Finally. That's music to the ears of people like Valeria Berry. This vacant plant has been a nuisance for all 20 of the years she's lived in this neighborhood.
The safety, the property values, just the looking, the horrible look.
But you don't have to live in this area to know the reputation this building has.
It's a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
There are chunks of the Packard that fall in our building every day.
I've never known for this facility to be anything but this. And I mean, and I've lived here my whole life.
Peruvian investor Fernando Palazuelo bought this portion of the plant in 2013. AVL Creative shares a wall with the vacant building and had high hopes for change when they purchased their section of the plant.
When we purchased it, it was owned by the Peruvian investor who owns it now. And there was a lot of plans. We thought that the whole neighborhood had revitalization.
In March, a Wayne County Circuit judge ordered that investor to demolish the auto plant. And in April, when the deadline was missed, the city took action.
The county treasurer, as far as I was concerned, gave him far too many breaks. I couldn't control that. But finally, we decided to just take matters into our own hands.
Now, with every brick that's knocked down, the heavy load this community has carried for so long is being lifted.
This is an opportunity. This is a great opportunity for us.
There is a lot of work ahead. This portion alone will take up until December, but the plan is, this is what the city says, they want to remove the remaining part within the next 3 years. And the mayor says this developer is not off the hook. They still have to go through the court process. So we have to see where that goes. As for right now, live in Detroit, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Always important to hold folks accountable.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, thanks, Megan. We've got a whole lot more to come on your Thursday.
Here's consumer investigator Hank Winchester.
Do you have a problem with a bad landlord? You are not alone. Coming up in my Help Me Hank report, I'm going to show you what you can do to get the attention of the city and also how Help Me Hank could come to the rescue. We're live tonight.
And you would think I-96 and I-75 is enough for now, but just wait. There's a brand new road construction project that is going to tie up the commute for months.
But first, an Amazon delivery driver attacked at gunpoint as a home security camera rolls. We'll have that next.